Hey Geek Family, we're back, and I'm Nathan.
I'm Rachel.
Trinity.
Troy. Jordan.
Yes, we are going to check this one. This one's been requested quite a few times, but real quick before we do, just want to say thank you guys for all your support on the channel. And if you can you hit that like and subscribe button, followed by that little notification bell. Bing!
That looks hilarious. He lost his hat.
I did that on purpose. It's talent.
Oh my God, Dom!
Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, thanks so much for taking your time. In 2022, about 18,000 people from India have applied for political asylum in Austria. For several months, there was no other country with more asylum seekers here. How will you explain that?
Well, I don't know the numbers. If you say so, I have to take you at your word. But my sense is that when it comes to irregular migration, sometimes, because these are done by syndicates and gangs, you never know where they end up with. I think what's important is not what happened in the past. It is that we have a commitment to ensure that movement and mobility is legal. We would like a regime, an agreed regime for that. It's good for the global workplace, it's good for the Austrian economy, and we have, that's one of the outcomes of my visit to Vienna.
Another outcome is that you have assured Austria's foreign minister that India will take back all of its citizens who will not get asylum in Austria, which will probably be almost 100%. How fast will this happen?
Look, in terms of our citizens, if they're proven to be our citizens, we obviously have an obligation in that regard. But what is important for us is to validate the fact that if there's somebody who's staying illegally, that they are our citizens. If there are citizens, usually we work it out between the governments concerned. I can't give you a time frame on it because it depends on what is the level of proof that is provided for us and what are the preparations on the Austrian side.
So you did not agree on a time frame today?
No, we didn't get into that kind of discussion. That is for the immigration people to decide. As foreign ministers, what we did was to work out an agreed mobility and movement regime. So we were looking for solutions. We weren't into the details of the attorney's problem, but there are other people whose job it is to do that.
Let's talk about the war in Ukraine. As you are well aware, the whole world noticed that India, as a very influential country, has never publicly condemned Russia's assault and invasion to a neighboring country. Why is that so? Can you really be neutral in a war for which obviously one side bears all responsibility?
I think in international relations, you have sometimes very complicated situations. And where we are concerned, we have always taken the position that the way out is for the countries concerned to get back to dialogue and to diplomacy.
To sit down, but is this a complicated situation? Is this really complicated? There's just one big country invading its neighbor.
I can give you many instances of countries who have violated the sovereignty of another country. If I were to ask where Europe stood on a lot of those, I'm afraid I'll get a long silence. So do understand one thing. At the end of the day, we make judgments and foreign policy based on what we think are our long-term interests and what is good for the world.
The UN Prime Minister Budilov already said that, regularly calling both sides to stop the war and to negotiate. However, can one really urge Ukraine to stop defending itself? After all, there are no Ukrainian tanks in Russia. There are Russian tanks and planes and missiles destroying Ukraine.
I think that's a bit of a misrepresentation. I think what we do is to say, get back to dialogue and diplomacy. There was dialogue and diplomacy in the early days of the conflict. So it's not that it didn't happen. So it's not for us to put conditions and to say this country is equal to that country. That's your judgment.
But should you urge Russia to stop the war?
I think we have been very clear that this conflict is not in anybody's interest, including theirs.
But you wouldn't say it in words positive.
I'm a diplomat. It is my job to conduct foreign policy which serves my national interests and which serves what I believe is a long-term pathway towards peace and dialogue.
let's talk about India's interests. India does not take part in Western sanctions against Russia, but has increased its imports from Russia 5 times since the war began. By this, are you not helping Moscow? Are you not financing Russia's war?
You know, Europe imported in the same period 6 times the energy which India did. If it is a matter of principle, why didn't Europe cut on the first day? Why didn't we see on 25th of February a complete cut-off of energy imports from Russia? But you can't say it's my principle, but by the way, I will do it by my timing. Europe has managed to reduce its imports while doing it in a manner in which it is comfortable for Europe.
Comfortable?
If that, it's manageable. It's manageable.
Maybe a little bit of an
It's manageable. Now, if at 60,000 euros